he called, but nobody answered. So which one's the flamingos? That one? No? How about that one?
It's nobody in the...
That's a flamingo. I know. I've seen flamingos.
I didn't.
The boy looked up and he saw an empty nest in the tree. Is that the nest? Yeah.
No.
Yes, it is.
From an alligator.
No, you think? Is it? I don't know. Well, it says, here's an egg without a nest, and there's a nest without an egg. So the boy climbed a tree.
And the egg, there's an alligator.
You've read this before. You know how it ends, right? You're reading ahead. The boy climbed the tree. He put the egg in the nest, and then he went away. Mr. and Mrs. Bird came home, and they were surprised to find an egg in their nest. That's not our egg, said Mrs. Bird. Look how big it is. Look how big that egg is compared to those birds. But it is an egg, and it's in our nest, said Mr. Bird. If an egg is in your nest and you sit on it and keep it warm, it doesn't matter whose egg it is. All right, said Mrs. Bird, but I wonder what kind of bird will come out of that egg.
It's not an egg.
It's not an egg?
I mean, it's not an
It's not a bird egg. Well, so it says here they took turns keeping the egg warm. First, Mrs. Bird sat on it. That's Mrs. Bird. Then Mr. Bird sat on it. Mr. Bird. And sometimes, because it was so big, they both sat on it, Mr. and Mrs. Bird. One day, Mrs. Bird heard a squeaking noise. Help, she said, this egg is squeaking. Eggs don't squeak, do they? Have you ever heard an egg squeak? Have you ever heard an egg squeak? No, me neither. But this one's squeaking. Mr. Bird came back to the nest, and he listened to the egg. The egg is not squeaking, he said. It's our baby that's squeaking. He's ready to come out of the egg. Mr. and Mrs. Bird waited, and then the egg started to crack. Look, there's the cracks. It's squeaking, and then it cracks some more and more cracks, and there was the baby. And look, that's not a bird.
Told you.
Oh, you knew. You're so smart. Mr. Bird was very excited. It's Junior, he shouted. What a beautiful baby. Look, it just looks like you, don't you think?
Hey, let me see, Joey.
Okay, we'll do it like this. We can both see. How's that? Junior opened his mouth. It was a big mouth. It was full of teeth. That's the funniest looking baby I ever saw, said Mrs. Bird. Something's wrong. I don't think he's our baby at all. He's in our nest, so he must be ours, said Mr. Bird. His mouth is open, and that means he's hungry. When your baby is hungry, you feed him. And Mr. and Mrs. Bird went away to get some food for Junior. Mr. Bird brought a big pink worm. Right? Is that the pink worm?
Yeah.
And Miss Bird thought a green one. That's a green one, right? Junior ate both worms in one gulp, and he opened up his mouth wide again. We have to get Junior lots more to eat, said Mr. and Mrs. Bird. Hour after hour, day after day, they brought food for Junior. Mrs. Bird got berries and cherries. Those are the berries and cherries. She got butterflies and caterpillars. Those are butterflies and caterpillars. She got dragons and mosquitoes. She got ladybugs and tiger beetles. She got crickets and spiders and grasshoppers and snails and red ants and black ants and centipedes too. Boy, that doesn't sound like very good food, does it? I think lollipops are a lot better than that. So what kind of bird eats so much, said Mrs. Bird. It doesn't matter, said Mr. Bird. He's still hungry, so we still have to feed him. Weeks went by, and Junior never stopped eating. And he never stopped growing. And he grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. He's pretty big. Look how small Mr. and Mrs. Bird are. Finally, Junior got so big that Mr. Bird said, it's too crowded up here. Junior has to leave the nest. It's time for him to fly away. Wait, I don't think he's going to be able to fly, do you?
No. He's going to splash in the water.
Is he really? Let's see.
Yeah.
You are right, said Mrs. Bird. The time has come. You must show him how to fly. So Mrs. Bird pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And Mr. Bird showed Junior how to fly. Jump into the air like this, he said, and then flap your wings. He doesn't have any wings, does he? I wonder what's going to happen. Junior got ready. He took a big breath and he jumped. Up, up, up into the air he went. Flap your wings, yelled Mrs. Bird. Flap your wings, yelled Mr. Bird. Well, he all kind of looks like he's flying there, don't you think? But then Junior flapped and flapped, but it didn't do any good. He didn't have any wings. Down, down, down went Junior and went into the water, making a big, what's that word?
Splash.
Splash, exactly. Well, look at that. It was cool and wet in the water, and it was just right for Junior. You know, said Mrs. Bird, I don't think Junior was a bird at all. And it doesn't matter, said Mr. Bird, because he's happy now. Just look at him swim. That's pretty cool. That's a big egg. He's a natural star looking into the camera.
I know.
Here's my snake.
A snake? You should find a bird to feed it to.
Move. I want a picture.
All right, so come here and look.
Yeah, toy.
All right, come here.
Whoops.
Want to come here and look? Look. Come over here. That was a good read.
That was a good read.
Are you going to finish it? I want to hear what happened.
Wow, I think I did.
You did?
He fell right into the water and he swam with all the other alligators.
Oh.
And it was just right.
Oh, good. The end.
The end.
I was waiting to the next installment. So what are you going to get, Vicky? You have another toy?
Whoa. Train, truck, something with wheels. Something fun.
What is that, Vicky?
Look at this.
Wow.
There's a missing part.